Hello and welcome to the lab. I'm Professor Walnut, and today I've got for you week 3 of the Georgia VGC Draft League. This time I'm up against a player named Mocha, and he was another one of my players in the USPA league. Real quick before we get started, I just want to apologize for the editing that was just kind of all over the place in Wednesday's video. I know the sound was off and some of the editing wasn't quite right, so going forward I'm going to avoid having that happen again. I'm obviously a new channel for the most part, relatively compared to a lot of other people, and I'm still learning and still trying to get my process fully down, and that was just one where I failed a bit. Going forward, I'll be endeavoring not to have that kind of stuff happen. I'm sure mistakes will happen still here and there, but hopefully nothing quite to that degree. All that said, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of my opponent's team and the team that I'm bringing. So, here we have Mocha's draft. We'll start with the Gigantamax Grimmsnarl there in the back. Less imposing than the others, I would say, unless taking up the entire image, because Grimmsnarl is more tall than wide when a Gigantamax is. But we'll say it's just far back there, But along with that, we've got Moltres, porygon-z, Cradily, Swampert, Rotom-Mow, Pheromosa, Metagross, Salamence, Spectrier, Tangrowth, and Mandibuzz. Looking over this draft, I would say that it looks like it has a lot of its power focused into one Pokemon, that being Metagross, and it's got numerous options for Bulldoze, which sets up a weakness policy on Metagross as a spread move, and likewise slows down my Pokemon, as Metagross does not get a speed drop because of its ability, Clear Body. This can allow Metagross to be faster and hit harder than a lot of Pokemon on the opposing side of the field. There are a number of other options here, such as Speed Swap on Pheromosa for also making Metagross quick, as well as strong support options from Grimmsnarl. And interestingly, there is also a Trick Room mode here with Porygon-z, as well as Swampert and Cradily and Tangrowth, a number of other slow Pokemon. It's definitely a well-balanced and intimidating draft, but we do have a number of options that we can use into this team to help our chances. So that said, let's go ahead and look at my spreadsheet for this week. Now, here we have my spreadsheet. Once again, it is laid out just like the other one, with each of our teams side by side so I can compare speeds below, abilities that I expect next to the teams, and then just some notes on what my Pokemon can do into the opposing team. Now, what I noticed about this team is that it is very Metagross centric. I don't feel like the Trick Room mode makes a whole lot of sense for my opponent this week. We'll find out if I was wrong about that, but I think Metagross has to come, maybe not every week, but most weeks, and my team is no exception, I feel like. Which is a bit of a double-edged sword for Mocha, because that means they do have a strong option into basically every team, but each team that they face knows that they have to prepare hard for Metagross, and I think we have really good options into Metagross here. I'm not going to go too much more in-depth here, and we'll go ahead and go straight into the breakdown of the team that I brought and each of their individual data cards. Here we have the full overview of the team. Just real quick, we're going with an Eject Button Prankster Sableye, the Clear Body Leftovers Registeel set, Adaptability Life Orb porygon-z, Serene Grace Eviolite Togetic, a Focus Sash Dracozolt set, and a Weakness Policy Moltres again. You'll notice we're coming back to the double support that didn't quite work out the first week, but I think that was more user error than actually an issue with the team. You'll also notice that we are bringing both of our dark types so that we can ignore some of the things that Grimmsnarl wants to go for. Beyond that, we've got our usual attacking options and our defensive Registeel. Alright, let's look at them individually. First up, we'll start with the damage dealer, Porygon-z. It hits 151 speed, because that'll outspeed Pheromosa when it's at -1, and also avoids a speed tie with Moltres. Now, the reason I go for -1 is because we'll be going for Max Strikes, which will drop the opposing Pokemon's speed. Mind you, this won't drop Metagross's speed, however, if we can quash Pheromosa before it can speed swap, then it'll be speed swapping that -1 speed stat, which means we'll still outspeed the Pokemon it wants to swap with. Likewise, we're running Thunderbolt and Dark Pulse as coverage for Flying and Ghost types. Specifically, we're not running Shadow Ball, since they can switch in Porygon-z to completely ignore that damage. Also notably, Thunderbolt sets up terrain for Dracozolt to take advantage of, and it prevents G-Max Grimmsnarl's sleep effects from doing anything to grounded Pokemon. Finally, of course, Life Orb Max Strike does absurd damage to most of the opposing team, especially after helping hand support, which we'll get to here in a moment. And here's support part 1, Togetic. So like I said, Helping Hand Porygon-Z helps KO bulkier Pokemon on the opposing team. I'm thinking, for example, Mandibuzz has a solid chance of surviving Max Strike, but it has no chance of surviving it after Helping Hand. As always, Redirection is excellent support and can pull fighting coverage away from Porygon-Z, as well as ground coverage away from Dracozolt. As a flying type, it completely ignores the ground damage, and as a fairy and flying type, it 4 times resists the fighting coverage. Finally, I put full physical bulk into it to survive Metagross. It actually has a high chance of surviving Max Steel Spike. Mind you, this won't save it against a fully boosted Metagross, but if we can burn it, it gets that same chance. And as for the burn, let's look at my next supporting option. Here we have support number 2. Like I said, the burn from Will-O-Wisp is incredibly useful. Most notably, we're going to be trying to burn Metagross as much as possible. Quash, as I had mentioned before, helps against speed swap shenanigans, specifically because we can drop Pheromosa's speed before it is able to get a speed swap. I'll be running Foul Play on this set because I expect to be going up against a +2 Metagross, and while most likely we'll be able to burn it, burn cuts the damage itself, not the stat number, and Foul Play does damage with the opposing Pokemon's stat number, which means we can still do a ton of damage to it. Finally, we've got full physical bulk into Sableye as well this week so that we can tank hits from Metagross. As you can see, we are preparing most hard for Metagross, but I think the preparations we've made will also allow us to handle other things on the opponent's team. Now we'll go into Galarian Moltres, the other damage dealer on the team, and you'll see that our notes here are actually fairly simple. First of all, 150 speed, outspeeds Pheromosa at +1, and it also underspeeds Porygon initially, so I don't have to worry about figuring out what's going to go first if they're out on the field together. And next, and probably more importantly, we've got enough HP to tank a Max Hailstorm from Metagross as coverage from Ice Punch, pre-weakness policy, or even at +2 if we can get a burn onto it. This will give us weakness policy, and it'll also give us our Berserk boost, which means that we'll be able to KO in turn with Max Darkness. Of course, it's also running Airstream for speed, and I did forget to note this set also has Foul Play for the same reason that Foul Play is on Sableye. Next up, we have Dracozolt, another good damage dealer for the team, although this time I am running a Focus Sash for Surprise Survival, and that can make a huge difference on a high damage Pokemon like Dracozolt. It either means that we can get an attack off that's unexpected from the opponent, especially if we haven't revealed the Focus Sash first, or we can potentially even get 2 attacks off. With the intense damage that Bolt Beat can do, along with Hustle, that damage could potentially be game swinging. Notably, there are a number of flying types on the opposing team, which Dracozolt can KO without trouble, minus accuracy rolls. That is the downside to using Hustle, is that everything that I use is 80% accurate, so I'll have to keep that in mind as I go into each turn. Finally, just like last week, I gave it Taunt this week, so that I can mess with my opponent's strategies. For example, if we quash Pheromosa and taunt it, it can no longer go for Speed Swap. Likewise, it not being a Prankster Pokemon, we can actually taunt their Grimmsnarl if we need to. If I had it on Sableye, for example, Grimmsnarl would be immune to it because it is Prankster, and Dark types are immune to Prankster stuff, so I wanted it on a Pokemon that doesn't get the Prankster boost. And finally, let's go into Registeel. It's the usual strategy this week, and it especially helps out against Metagross and Grimmsnarl, but bulk works out for things like Swampert and resisted special attackers like Tangrowth. It's got full HP and defense for max bulk and max body press damage. I don't think we've run it a different way yet, although there is potential for future weeks to tool that a bit so that we can survive some strong special hits. But this week it felt most relevant to be able to tank hits from Metagross specifically. And yeah, last note, this is just the most straightforward team member this week. Very simple piece, but I think it'll be impactful in games as it has been in the past. Alright, all that said, it's time to get into our battles. Good luck and have fun to my opponent, Mocha. Alright, so full disclosure, this is actually going to be our second take of the first battle, because just like I did with Rillaboom in my first match, Rowan accidentally brought, or Mocha, however, either way, accidentally brought their the wrong Grimmsnarl. So we're going to be leading in the exact same way, and we're going to bring the same Pokemon, and we'll just go from there. Unfortunately, we did reveal a little bit of information, but we're just going to go forward as best we can with that. So let's see. I had Sableye Moltres, Registeel in the back, and Togetic. So since this is the second take, I'm just going to talk a bit about, they didn't bring Pheromosa, so all of our speed calcs there are not all that relevant. They do have a million different ways of proccing weakness policy, however, so that is interesting to note. Let's see. I'm fascinated to see the Swampert there. I've got a dog in the background just doing some weird stuff in my bed, so if you hear any of that, you know, Dogs. All right, here we go. And I timed out on the first part of the battle, and yeah, I timed out in the first battle, and he had selected his move. So we're just going to go into this one basically fresh, just with the exact same lead. So yeah, we got Spectrier, Grimmsnarl with my Moltres and Sableye here. Now, I want to quash the Spectrier. And go for a Nasty Plot. Okay. Grimmsnarl is just attacking here. I don't think I mind that too terribly. Yeah, because they're just going for Spirit Break. It's going to... Oh, into Sableye. That's interesting. Alright, well, we're full bulk, so we take that quite well. And we get switched out here. Part of me wants to go straight into Registeel. Although I think Togetic might actually be more consistent right now. Yeah, and they went for Snarl. And that's fine, right? Because now we're at +1. And +1 is a pretty good place to be. Now, I kind of feel like yawning the Grimmsnarl, just to not have to deal with the weird trickery that it can do. And I think I'm down to max Airstream this turn, honestly. Let's see what happens. So Grimmsnarl could Spirit Break me and I could get Snarled again, but even then, because of weakness policy, I'll just end up at +1 all over again. So let's see what he wants to go for here. There was no switch, so we are definitely going to get the Airstream off. We could definitely go... Oh, Fake Tears is interesting to see here. Not sure how I feel... Is that going to do much for them? I guess it could. Like, yeah, Shadow Ball will hurt a lot here, I suppose. Does this KO? It might KO. Nah, it doesn't. Okay, we're good, we're good. We get another Spadef drop, though, so we're at -3 Spadef here, which is not ideal, obviously. Great. Spectrier is brought down to a Sash, which makes perfect sense. And we're going to yawn the Grimmsnarl now, and I think probably switch out afterwards. So, interesting, it's sort of like a both offensive and support Thundurus here. Sorry, support Grimmsnarl here. I'm used to talking about Thundurus, I guess. But we'll bring Sableye out now. And we'll max Airstream again into the Grimmsnarl. So we've maxed early, which is going to be a little on the scary side, right? Because he's going to end up maxing the, you know, the thing. Hang on. He's going to end up maxing the Metagross. In the late game, that is. So yeah, we bring Sableye back out here. And they set up a light screen. Wonder how much we'll do here. Oh, really not that much. Okay. So we're basically getting a lot of speed. And the Sableye does get taunted. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense that they would bring Taunt on there. Okay. That means that we're going to have to worry about Taunt on Togetic as well. I don't mind that, though. We'll switch Sableye out here. And we'll just Airstream one more time into the Spectrier. So we're taking out Spectrier. We're still at +2. They notably have not snarled or spirit broken me. Weird to say. Grimmsnarl's asleep. They have to take a turn of sleep this turn. The question is how long they're going to be sleeping for, right? The Max Hailstorm is going to hurt a lot here. Because I assume they brought Max Hailstorm. They had to know that my best option right now was going to be this this bird, this Galarian Moltres. So what do they want to bring out now is the big question. We're blazing fast. We've got Yawn as an option. And we're at +2. They bring out Salamence here. I do not mind seeing Salamence, I think. The Intimidate doesn't do anything for me, or against me, really. We could burn it, theoretically. I don't know how relevant it's going to be. Salamence can be either special or physical. They'll probably want to Airstream as well. I could just, you know, Helping Hand, Fiery Wrath could do a lot here. Even if they max, and we'll do a chunk to Grimmsnarl too. Well, we won't do that much to Grimmsnarl. It's 4 times resisted. But I think that's fine. I do kind of want a Helping Hand, Fiery Wrath. Is that the right play? I'm not sure. Because I just don't want Moltres to get KO'd here, right? I think it's fine. We'll go for it. They are just going to max, though, right? Yep. So they're going to be going for their own Airstreams, probably. I guess they could try going for a super effective move. If they are special, which honestly it makes a whole lot of sense that they would be, it could KO us. But if they're physical, there's a decent chance we'll survive, since we decided to go into bulk to survive Metagross, right? So here's Helping Hand, and here's Fiery Wrath. Oh, that's not much of a chunk at all, actually. Alright, good to know, good to know. There's their Airstream. They wanted to get rid of Togetic. We could burn it, right? I think burning is probably a decent idea here. If they wake up and get a Spirit Break off, we actually end up at plus, like, 5. Okay, they don't wake up, though. Part of me wants to just go Registeel here, right? They could have max Flare is the problem. So I think I'll actually do this. I'm going to get rid of their max. Or try to, anyway. The question is if they're going to guard here, right? Which they could very well do. I think that's fine, though. We'll see what happens. Yep, there's Trick. We get to see their item, too. So, Assault Vest. Ah, that's annoying. But it makes sense, though. That means Sableye is no longer useful. Hang on, what happened here? Sableye was supposed to have a eject button. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, it got used up, right. So we took the Assault Vest off, so there's that at least. Spirit Break? Show me Spirit Break? Yeah. Okay, now we're going to be moving. That hurt a lot, though, not going to lie. So we lose our special attack, we get a boost, though, and we get the Berserk boost back up as well. So we're at +4, which is pretty awesome, not going to lie. However, they can still just KO this turn, right? I'm going to Iron Defense here. And we'll Fiery Wrath again. Salamence could very well have, like, it could have Max Flare. It could be a mixed Salamence, in fact. They could also have Taunt on Grimmsnarl, which would be kind of a pain to deal with. We might need to figure out a better way to deal with Grimmsnarl in the future. They don't go for Taunt, though. Yeah, Grimmsnarl still takes that really well, though. Does Max Flare? Nope, it's Airstream. Okay. Moltres goes down. So the question really is just going to be, what are they going to do here? They get their speed boosts, Moltres goes down, and this is Spirit Break. I do not care about Spirit Break. Yeah, we'll take that any day of the week. So yeah, it's really just going to come down to what is their last Pokemon. Because we could even theoretically just set up for quite some time in their face right now. I don't know. If they brought Moltres in the back and it's a special Moltres, then that would be the biggest problem here. And I guess that's relatively likely, isn't it? Because they needed a way to deal with Registeel, and that's the best they've got. I'll go for another Iron Defense here, just get myself fully set up. Okay. Grimmsnarl goes out to Metagross. Okay. It is special on it is yeah, it's mixed. How much does this do? Oh, still not much though. Okay. Alright. I think I see a path to victory. It'll be most important first to KO the Salamence here. So I'm good to go Iron Head into Salamence, right? I mean, at that range, there's a decent chance at KOs, I think. They'll probably Bulldoze, right? Yep. Set up their policy, and then do probably not that much damage in return. Right? I mean, probably. So they probably have, what, Earthquake, I would guess, and... Okay, it's Stomping Tantrum, and this will do... Yeah, not much at all. Okay. I think I'm seeing an out. Does that KO the Salamence? It does. Great, great, great. Okay. So now we play the Protect and Leftovers game. It's going to take a little while to close out this end game, so I may end up just fast-forwarding through this, but we will see. Grimmsnarl comes back out. Part of me wants to Iron Defense again, but I think it's better to get it down to a 1v1 first. We protect this turn, though. We just want the Leftovers recovery every time. Yep, there it is. A crit could also be incredibly detrimental here. Yeah, they set up their Reflect. Basically, like the end game here is needing to get a crit. Stomping Tantrum also has, I think, a decent amount of PP, so... Yeah. Their light screen's over, but they don't need it at all. And I think Iron Head's probably better into Grimmsnarl at this point. There's the Tantrum. Yeah, we still take it well. We take another Spirit Break. Just messaged me and says, well, it looks like I'm fishing for crits. And the answer is, yes, it's true. That does... Yeah, it does take out the Grimmsnarl. So, yep, it's going to be a long end game here. We just need to whittle each other down, basically. Now, I've got a little bit of a lead here because they did some damage. Well, no, I don't really have a lead here. So I'm going to protect again, obviously. Always get my recovery. And I might try Body Press next just to see how much it does. Yeah, there's Tantrum. And we get our Leftovers. We're back in the green, which is great. I'm going to Iron Defense again. Man, it's hard because every turn I'm risking a crit. It's hard to choose. Iron Defense means I survive longer, with Protect that's actually pretty worthwhile. There's Stomping Tantrum, please no crit. Okay, still doing alright. Another Iron Defense, we heal up. We Protect. Eventually we get them down possibly to not having enough PP to continue attacking. Oh, it's going to be weird though. This is a weird endgame. And we'll go for Body Press again. Well, we'll go for Body Press for the first time here and see how much that does behind Reflect and all that. Notably, with this playstyle at the moment, it's going to take a long time, and so Reflect will wear off. Are we back at green now? Oh, we're so close to being back at green. We might actually end up getting positive if we don't get crit. We just need to not get crit. That's the big thing. I'm not so sure. Actually, I think they're still doing more damage than we recover. Oh, that's so much damage, though. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we got this. So I always protect here. Okay, well, we got this if we don't get crit. We win this, what, like, it's 1 in... Geez, I can't remember. I think it's 1 in 24 right now, so we win this a good percentage of the time. Just need to not get crit. Please don't get crit. Hopefully I've protected on a crit turn. I'm going to get crit here, aren't I? Okay, I didn't. Whew. All right, game one's ours. Oh. All right. I'm going to send him a message real quick. And I'll see you in the next video. Sorry. I'll see you in the next game. Okay, so notably, Rowan is a really good player, and he's played a lot of draft leagues, and he has a good idea of how to adjust, right? So I need to think really hard here on how he's going to do that. Although that said, I feel a lot like Sableye Moltres does a lot no matter what they lead. I think this time they probably bring Porygon. Not Porygon, sorry. I'm thinking about bringing Porygon. I think this time they probably bring Moltres, so I might leave Registeel home. And might go for a late game max porygon-z. Yeah, I might. So I'm thinking Sableye Moltres, porygon-z in the back. The question is whether or not I ever bring Dracozolt, and I think the answer is probably no. I don't think they'll ever bring Swampert here. So I'm gonna go with this. No Registeel this time, so they're gonna adjust in such a way to try to completely invalidate Registeel. So that's what I'm going for. This is it's definitely scary. He's got a lot of tools that could definitely wreck me, but he knows now that it's not a consistent endgame against Registeel. So all right, here goes. Honestly, I expected to go 0-2 for this, so I'm really happy about winning the first game. Like I said, he's done a lot of draft leagues. He's pretty experienced, so this is my first one, and I was nervous. Okay, it's Grimmsnarl Swampert this time. Interesting. All right. Swampert is pretty commonly physical, right? I'm trying to think here. I can Nasty Plot. And I almost just want to burn the Swampert, right? I'm going to go for that. Yep, there's the light screen. Obviously, that's still a nuisance, but it's not a huge deal. We missed the Will-O-Wisp. That's really annoying. It's actually slower than both of us, which is, well, slower than Moltres, which makes sense. Oh, they just went Yawn. Okay. Yeah, that is a little annoying, isn't it? They're trying to slow down the game here, which is sensible. I'm considering a double switch here. I'm gonna go for the burn one more time, I think. I know they can't max here because they'd be too worried about the eject button thing. But they might be trying to get me out of here this turn. Yeah, Moltres comes back. The Yawn makes a lot of sense there, honestly. Okay, we connect Will-O-Wisp this time, which is great. I guess they could always be not physical at all, but we'll see. It does seem like it's probably more of a support set. Okay, they get Sableye out. Honestly, I don't mind going follow me Nasty Plot at this point. And then just going ham with Porygon. Liquidation. Yeah, that's barely going to do damage thanks to the burn. And now we follow me Nasty Plot. This is the wrong set. Whoops. Okay. Well, I'm going to bring Moltres back out then. No, actually, do I Yawn the Grimmsnarl? I don't think so. I'll just protect Togetic this turn, I think. If it was the Nasty Plot set, I would start going for it right there, but I messed up. I brought the wrong thing. Let's see what they go for. Alright, so that gets us a +2. We can start softening up their team, basically. Yeah, I might try. They went Yawn again. Ah, man, this is actually giving me huge trouble. I should have just followed me. That's okay. That's okay. Like, I think I'm just going to accept going down here. I'm just helping hand into... I could have wide guard, I guess. I think Swampert gets wide guard, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not playing super well this game. Let's see if we can at least get the KO here. That'd be nice. Oh wow, yeah, Swampert's really bulky. And honestly, Moltres' damage output has been underwhelming me a little bit here, so... you know. I really needed that to be... I needed that nasty plot set, I swear. Okay. Well, noted. Yeah, okay, so they yawn again. Well, this is follow me max strike every time, because getting yawned into doesn't really matter. I think we lose now to not Grimmsnarl. We lose now to Metagross. And follow me. Like, yeah, I'm going to go to sleep this turn. I'm trying to max strike the Grimmsnarl so that we can get it out of here. All the extra noise, sorry for that. It's just, you know, lots going on at this time of day for me, so it happens. All right, here goes Max PZ. It would have been so good to be able to get 2 nasty plots up, because I was about to be in that right position. I might ask if I can swap the set since I brought the wrong thing, but yeah, it's too late for this game. I don't want to like start the whole game over again. Okay, follow me goes off. It's fake tears. Interesting. That is fine. There's Max Strike. That doesn't quite KO Grimmsnarl either. Yeah, this team, in this case, it's incredibly difficult to break through this right now. What's Swampert going for? I'm curious. Yeah, just another yawn, but yeah, it doesn't matter. We need to KO the Swampert now. Yeah, we definitely need to KO the Swampert now. And I'll just try to go for follow me, even though we're going to sleep this turn, doesn't really matter. We've still got Sableye, so that's important. They're going to waste my max, which is a problem. We get fake tears. Max Strike should KO here. Yeah, no way it survives that. So the question's really going to be, did they bring Metagross? I'm sure the answer is yes. No question about it. It's not really a question, honestly. But we'll see what they bring out here. Like, whatever they bring out here, they're just going to want to use it to waste my max here. Although, he's thinking hard. It's Spectrier. Alright. I don't mind seeing that. I've got Max Darkness, right? And... I mean, there is Yawn on my Togetic, right? So there is a way to win this. They taunt, though, which is problematic. Okay. Well, we're going to want to try to wake up anyway. Spectrier gets brought down to its sash. Taunt was a really good play there, honestly, because now I can't just follow me away. No, yeah, I can't use Taunt. And Spirit Break comes out here. This is looking pretty disastrous, to be honest. My max is over. I have Foul Play on... Oh, you know what? I do have Foul Play. This technically isn't over. I'm going to bring Sableye out here. I wonder if Spectrier can even hit me. Okay. Oh, it's Salamence. So they did not bring... Yeah. Yeah, they didn't bring it. They still have their max, though. Actually, the fact that it's Salamence probably means I lose this. I'm pretty sure. There's Dark Pulse. How much damage? Not much. Yeah. And it's Assault Vest, which makes perfect sense here. Ooh, porygon-z almost goes down there. Not ideal. Light screen's over. I'll bring Togetic back out here. and foul play the Salamence. Like, burning it doesn't matter too much, right? They're just going to go for special moves. They're going to max now, of course. Now is the right time for them to max. Yeah, this was a different game if I had the right set. Because if I got Nasty Plot, like 2 Nasty Plots up, I could have just started one-shotting things. It's okay. Like I said, I'll see if we can change it. Man, I need to get better at this. Yeah, they set the light screen back up, of course, which makes perfect sense. There you go, Airstream. And the Togetic, great. Let's see how much foul play does here. Probably not enough, right? I would assume not enough. I mean, it's a mixed set, so it's got a higher attack stat. Yeah, still not enough, though. Okay. I'm going to Yawn and Quash, right? So they don't have Taunt on the Grimmsnarl. I think at this point we would know if they did. Yeah. Although if they pick up a double KO here, the game's just over. Because I don't have enough HP to, yeah, that KOs. Okay, yeah, I don't have enough HP on, and now they're just faster than me anyway, but I didn't have enough HP on porygon-z to be able to take that anyway. I'm actually not sure what I mean is we're not going to have enough HP to take all of the life orb ticks that I need to get KOs here. So, all right, game's over. I'm not sure how that happened. I need to look at my. I'll do that in a second. I need to look at the porygon-z set that I chose, because it's definitely not quite right. Actually, no, I'm not going to change it. It's okay. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I feel like I did that intentionally. Right. I think I was looking at my team and realized I don't have enough protects, and so I decided, I don't need Nasty Plot that badly here. But as it turns out, Nasty Plot would have been great. So, all right, game 2. Sorry, game 3, not game 2. I'll see you over there. All right, here we are, game 3, and what do we want to do? I think Togetic Moltres is the way to go, actually. Getting Moltres boosted up and not allowing myself to be yawned down was extremely helpful. I'm gonna bring Registeel again. They didn't bring anything for Registeel last game. And I think I want to go Dracozolt here. Reason being, they might finally bring Moltres for Registeel this time. Since I didn't bring it last time, I might be thinking, well, we need to have an anti-Moltres thing. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. It's a little scary. I could lose this easily. No Sableye doesn't feel great. But if we're outspeeding with Moltres, it's not super relevant anyway. And then it still feels good to burn the Metagross though, right? It's so hard to say what to do here, but this is what I'm gonna do. Hopefully it works out. We'll see what they lead. I'm expecting Swampert again, like bringing that with such a good disruption. But if they bring Swampert, I can actually get 2 Nasty Plots up with Moltres, which will help a lot. Like, yeah, they'll have their screens up. We'll be at +4. We'll do a ton of damage. Sorry, lots of yelling. It's bedtime currently, so yeah. Quashion was really good. That's what he said to me. Yeah, it's Grimmsnarl Swampert again. This is fine. Togetic's going to sleep, but it'll be okay. We'll get Nasty Plot up. We'll get 2 up. Like, we're basically allowing Togekiss to go to sleep in order to... I don't know, I could consider switching, right? Like, even if Swampert yawns Registeel, yeah, he's taking a while to think here. So I think he sees what I'm going for, and he knows he can't target me at all. And yeah, here it is. It's going to be Yawn and what? Spirit Break, probably. Spirit Break. This is where he shows off the sword stance. Yeah, it's Yon though. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. The thing is, he can set up light screen at any time, right? I could protect. I wish I had protect on Moltres now, but I don't. I don't want to get yawned. Actually, it's probably better for me to just start attacking now, isn't it? Because 2 max Airstreams probably KOs Swampert. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because now they set up the light screen. They correctly identified they didn't need to. But in the first turn, I mean, but now they need to. If we do more than 50% here, then we're fine. Like I said, we are allowing Togekiss to go down, to go to sleep here. Light screen, and I guess they probably attack this turn if I had to guess. Well, no, they have to yawn just in case I don't make that play. Right? It does do more than 50%. Great. Okay. I think we're going to be okay. They can't target me with super effective moves all that well, and yeah, they get their berry, but we did enough damage that will actually KO it despite the berry. So is this yawn again? Yeah, it's yawn again. Makes perfect sense. Togetic falls asleep. Thank you for your service, Togetic. We're going to just Helping Hand right now and Airstream again. They could easily switch Swampert out here, but I don't mind that because whatever comes in is going to take a chunk. Even if it's Metagross, like it takes the +2 resisted max Airstream. So it'll do good damage. They don't bother switching out though. So now we're burning turns. Okay, Swampert just protects. Yeah, we're burning sleep turns now. Protect makes a lot of sense here. There's Fake Tears. But the Fake Tears I don't feel like is all that relevant. I mean, it's kind of relevant, right? But it's not super relevant. Yeah. So they are successfully wasting my max again, which is obviously concerning. I think we have the leeway here to max Darkness in case they want to switch out here. I think it's better to do that. And I gotta be careful not to select the physical max Darkness off of oh, they're switching Grimmsnarl out. Brilliant. To Salamence. Okay. I don't mind seeing that. We're actually gonna be dropping its Spadef then. Can we wake up? Nah. That's fine. I could have targeted that slot. That would have been awesome, but it's fine. Swampert goes down here. They no longer have Yawn support. They can max now, which is disturbing. Which is definitely obviously disturbing. If they brought Metagross here, it's an opportunity to bring it in. But I feel like they might not have, right? Because it was kind of a liability before. And I don't know, going into Grimmsnarl doesn't get them a whole lot either, but like it's better, yeah. I was gonna say it's better than bringing Metagross out if it's there. And the other, I don't know, the other Pokemon that could potentially be back there, don't feel like they're really great in this position right now. So I'm gonna follow me again and just go for the Fiery Wrath. Or heck, maybe I'll just go for Hurricane. I could also try Nasty Plot. I mean, it's kind of, it hinges a little bit on whether or not Togetic wakes up, right? I'll go Fiery Wrath here. Yeah, they're gonna max, which makes perfect sense. I don't mind that. I've still got the slow burn Registeel in the end. Okay. We never saw the G Max Grimmsnarl, but honestly, I didn't really expect to see it. That's one you don't pick for G Max. You just pick it because it's a Grimmsnarl and can do really good supportive things. Do we wake up? We do wake up. Okay. So here's Wake Up. Here's Follow Me. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if this is a full special set. There's Fiery Wrath. We're gonna do decent damage actually. Every little bit counts. Here's their Airstream. Togetic does not take that after the drops, which is not ideal, but that's okay. actually don't mind going into... Yep, here's Spirit Break. We're going to get our boost. Yep. Yeah, I actually don't mind going into the Dracozolt now, right? We haven't actually revealed the Focus Sash, which means they might just try to target it down, and we'll do a huge chunk to it as long as we connect. Yeah, connecting, it's pretty contingent on connecting, so we got to be careful here. But here it is, Dracozolt, the trade I made and never used last time, and... Oh wait, Dragon Claw is better, isn't it? It'll do a lot more. Right, because Bolt Beak is if we're outspeeding. I could have thought about Taunt on, using Taunt on Dracozolt here, but it's fine. Yeah. It's important, like whether or not we hit is the big deal here. Do we crit? We didn't crit, that did a lot more, I feel like. Yep, there's Wormwind. We survive. And come on, come on, come on. KO. Don't double up on it. Doubling up on it would be really bad here. Did they? They didn't, okay. Alright. Now we just have to hit. Please hit. It has to hit. Oh, come on. 80%, 80%. No! Alright, I'm trading it. That's a shame. That is such a shame. How very sad. Feels bad, man. Hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. We're gonna Iron Defense here. Because they have to max Dragon here, or else they just take that hit. Oh wait, no, Grimmsnarl was faster, so it doesn't, they can just max Water, and... I'm surprised they didn't put max Flare on it, to be honest. Oh, okay, so now they do have to choose. There's Spectrier. Alright. So what do they choose? They go for max Dragon here, right? It's Geyser. Okay. Into Dracozolt. That's fine. I don't mind that. We do have some trouble, though, because they've got both their special attackers out here. And obviously Registeel can't actually damage Spectrier. Well, I mean, it can. It can Iron Head. But I think it's better to take down Salamence right now. It's dangerous. Things are dangerous. Yeah, we're going to Iron Head Salamence first. Hydro Pump does connect. Aw. This doesn't feel great, right? We take that really well, though. And then go for Taunt. That's fine. I don't mind that. I'll take that trade any day. Because now we just have to KO... Did Salamence not go down there? Ah, geez. Okay. Well, they do have to rely on hitting Hydro Pumps, though. I guess we just barely KO'd the last time, because I felt like it was in the same HP range. They still hit Hydro Pump. We can't hit our Dragon Claw, but they can hit every Hydro Pump. What a shame, what a shame. And they Wisp. Ah, man, that's so bad for us. Okay, they're going to win this one. For sure. We had a chance. We really did have a chance. I feel like that first game we absolutely had a chance. We still had a chance in this game too, to be honest, but it wasn't going to work out for us. So that's what I get for using Hustle. Yep. I could have thought about going for max Dracozolt in this game. Honestly, I kind of feel like going for Dracozolt was probably a good call. Like, it would have been a good call. But yeah, the Will-O-Wisp is going to make it so that we're never going to KO in time. In fact, they're just going to probably KO with Shadow Ball now, if I had to guess. Yeah. Alright. So, I'll let them take it. The game's definitely over, and there's really, like, there's nothing I can do about it at this point. Yeah, they set up Reflect, but it doesn't matter. Because this is probably just a KO, I would imagine. Like, Shadow Ball from Spectre is really strong. Yeah, okay, not quite. Registeel is still a Registeel. Very defensive. That's still decent damage. Oh, we crit, that's why. Excuse me. Okay. We survive another turn. I should probably just forfeit, though, honestly. Like, I need to... Taunts over. That doesn't matter, though. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, that's the game, and here in a second I will talk about how I feel about how everything went, and yeah, I'll see you over there. All right, y'all, here we are at the end of the matches, and I'm just, as always, going to give my final thoughts here. So just for the whole set overall, I do think I probably should have brought a nasty plot set on Porygon. I also think, in retrospect, there was a high chance I'd be running into Will-O-Wisp, so a Flash Cannon set on Registeel would have been a lot better. Game 1, the game plan went perfectly. We ended up in a stall out with Registeel, body press war, basically. Game 2, I think, was my weakest play of the set. Honestly, probably my weakest play of the entire tournament, but I was just thrown off by the fact that I had forgotten the set that I chose for porygon-z. Obviously, I need to do a better job of remembering what I'm bringing. That was entirely my mistake, but you know, the thing is, I put together the team like maybe a couple hours before doing the matches, so having everything solidified, I had a whole bunch of things still like going on in my head about like what I wanted to bring, what I was thinking about bringing. So I just at that moment thought that I had brought something I didn't, so you know. And then game 3, I can't help but be a little salty about that miss from Dracozolt, especially when they were hitting all of their hydro pumps immediately afterwards. You know, my 80% accurate thing misses and their 85% accurate thing hits twice, but hey, that's the 5% right there doing the job, right? But anyway, that's not, in the end, it wasn't all that relevant. I don't think with my physical Registeel set that even if I had hit the Dragon Claw, Registeel and Dracozolt would have been able to pull that off in the end, especially after Registeel got burned. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but there were other things I could have done better in that match, and I think it begins with figuring out a better way around the Yawn Swampert. Honestly, it was a really good adjustment by my opponent, was bringing Yawn Swampert to the next 2 matches, because I had such a hard time breaking through that, especially after Light Screen went up. I think one adjustment I actually might have done is sent out Dracozolt to start, right? If we were going to like a best of 5 or whatever, right? I should have identified this sooner, but I didn't. But I would have sent out Dracozolt so I could taunt the Grimmsnarl, and you know, Dracozolt bluffs being a strong physical attacker, so Grimmsnarl might feel baited to set up Reflect in that position. So say I lead Dracozolt plus Registeel, I taunt with Dracozolt while they set up Reflect. They have no reason to set up Light Screen right now. While I switch Registeel out into, let's say, Porygon or Moltres, probably Porygon, honestly, because I was going to be able to just start max striking like crazy. Probably max darkness at first, because they're going to want to predict that and bring in the Spectrier. But I think that could have been a better game plan into game 3, and I think I probably could have pulled out the win if I hadn't thought about doing that. But you know, they were very well played sets on both of our ends, except for the second one. Like I said, I think that was my weakest play I've had for this entire draft league, but I will do my best to improve from there. And hey, if I can still win most of these sets coming up, then it's possible that I can make it into the top 6. I think is the top cut of this league. All right, thanks for being here, and if you're new, hit subscribe. There will be more Pokemon things coming your way. My current upload schedule is Saturday and Wednesday. However, I'm thinking about trying to add more in with shorter videos. So yeah, we'll see about how that's going to go, and hopefully you'll be here to see all of that. Next, if you enjoyed this video, hit like. It really does help support me. It helps get the video out to more people, and I'm really hoping to grow my channel. And leave a comment, that helps a lot too. Like I said, I love to hear what people think about the plays that I make, and would really love some input. And if you haven't already, click the notification bell so you can get some heads up on your phone when I post a new video. All right, see you guys.